Hello everyone, this is Sneaky Turtle, and today I'll be giving a explanation to Battlefield 1. As you may or may not know, the open beta was released a couple days ago, I believe, and this is some footage of me playing. I'm pretty bad at it, so please don't judge it by the gameplay alone. Please listen to my thoughts on it. And I want to explain what Battlefield 1 is for those who don't know. And it's a squad-based first-person shooter, and that means basically that there's squads which have up to 5 different people in it, and you're all trying to achieve the same objectives, basically capturing the same point or defending whatever, and you're all working together. And it's also kind of a class-based shooter because there's 4 classes. Assault, which actually is the main attacking class with automatic weapons and shotguns, and they also have a lot of explosives like anti-tank grenades and other things. There's also a medic, and they have a semi-automatic rifle, and they basically heal up your squad or anyone, and can also revive people. And there's also a scout. As you can see, I'm playing now. They're basically a sniper who can see enemies from a distance and respond. And there's also a support class which have the LMGs, the nice automatic weapons with a ton of ammo, and they basically keep your squad topped up on ammo. And that's it for the classes. There's not much to them, but Battlefield 1 has a ton of vehicles. They have horses, which I'm including as vehicles because they're pretty OP and they're hard to destroy, and they're good for navigating the battlefield. And there's also tanks. As you can see, I was driving in one earlier. They can hold many people. There's also like jeeps and stuff that have nice automatic weapons attached to them up top. And there's a ton of aircraft, as you might be able to see while I'm playing. I do sometimes shoot at them, and they're pretty good at just supporting from above. And there is the armored train, which will come later if you see it. It's given to the team that's losing, and it basically is an armored fortress on wheels, and it rides on those train tracks, as you can see, and will basically kill everything in sight. And it's pretty overpowered, alright? Like, the other team can't really stop it without a lot of cooperation. And the game's pretty good. Again, this is the open beta. It's pretty buggy though. Oh, there was an aircraft right there. They're everywhere, as you can see. But the open beta is pretty buggy. There's several pretty bad glitches, such as the fact that sometimes not all your weapons show up with you, so you only get your primary weapon or no weapon at all. And it's not really consistent. Sometimes some people on your team will get a gun, but you won't, and the enemy also won't have guns, except for a few people. It's quite random. Another glitch was that I forgot what it is. Never mind. And it's pretty buggy right now, but that's okay. It's pretty good that they had the open beta now instead of later when there's problems arising. And unfortunately, the game is not historically accurate. It's actually there's way too many automatic weapons, such as the fact that pretty much everyone except the medic and the scout have automatic weapons, when in reality only one person per I'm not really sure, but battalion, or only a few people per battalion would actually have automatic guns. and the fact that there's not really trench fighting now. As you can see on this map, it's Sinai, where there wasn't actually a lot of trench fighting, it was more house to house. So this one's accurate, but in the other maps, as you could see from other gameplay footage, there's more just running around the battlefield in no man's land than actually staying to the trenches and then just lobbing artillery over to each other. And there's, as you can see over there, that green stuff, that's gas, but it's not nearly used to the actual extent it was back in World War I. And it's a pretty good game. I personally believe that people should try out the open beta. It has great graphics, as you can see, really detailed. And it has changing conditions and environments, like sometimes a dust storm will roll in, or it'll become foggy, or it will start raining. It's pretty cool how they have that. And I'm sorry about the bad gameplay again. It's still buggy, and it's kind of hit or miss in terms of whether or not the actual game will work right now. The open beta was DDoSed yesterday. It was pretty annoying. Well, I mean 2 days ago, but when I got this footage it was yesterday. Sorry about that. And I hope you enjoy this gameplay right here. Currently I'm a support class right now. I've basically explained everything I want to about Battlefield right now. And I'm just gonna be showing you guys the footage. I'm sorry for the fact that I always die. Again, as you can see, it's not like any other footage. It's not like any other first-person shooter. It's extremely. You have to be extremely accurate and aware of where everything is at all times, which is good and bad. And as a support, I'm supposed to lay down suppressive fire everywhere, and of course that's a tank over in the distance that's gonna just try to destroy me if it could. Tanks are pretty strong here. You have to be an assault class with an anti-tank grenade to effectively take them out, or be in an aircraft above. And unfortunately I died right there. And if you notice above, you can spawn in several locations, but either way you have to wait about 5 seconds before you can actually deploy in there. Now, it's hard to see from the footage, but if you go into full screen you could see a bar down below the cancel button. And right now I'm in a tank and I just gave an order, and unfortunately that tank was stuck right there, so I got out. And of course I die because I'm pretty bad. Sorry about that. And now the enemy did deploy an armored train because they're losing. As you can see, we have several more objectives than them. And that train follows the tracks all around, and it'll be doing a bunch of damage, unfortunately. Now,
we have lost objective Charlie.
That is what I was pointing at, a tripwire bomb that I set out. That's something you can do as a support. And I'm pretty low on health right now. I'm dying, but there's not too much actually happening. Of course I got killed by an airplane because I'm bad and not with a group. Because as I said earlier, this is a squad-based game, but there isn't actually, because it's an open beta, no one's really grouping up, which is a shame. Now, I forgot to mention that this is the Conquest game mode. It's 64 players in a massive map, and we're all pretty much just basically trying to capture some flags and gain points. And that's pretty much all there is to it. The map's massive, as you can see. It's way larger than it should be, which I don't like. Now, over there was the armored train, and there's just fortifications in it everywhere. They can kill pretty much anyone they see, and there's a horse trying to kill me. And I just got killed by the armored train. As you can probably tell, it's pretty unstoppable. It can take several points in this map, and it's incredibly hard to actually destroy. You have to continuously hack at it while praying you don't get killed. So that's one downside of it, and we're still holding on pretty well. I'm changing to the assault class, which has SMGs and anti-vehicle mines and anti-tank grenades, and this is the class for taking out vehicles and other things. And I'm right now giving an order to try to take back D. That's that part of the train over there. And as you can see, I'm not really with a group right now, which is pretty dumb on my part. I should be trying to, you know, stick with the team and everything, but I'm not. But I'm actually doing pretty good right now because I'm focusing on the objectives instead of getting kills. Again, this was not one of my better games. I only killed like 1 or 2 people the entire time, I think, because I'm not used to this. Did actually do better in other games, but you know, when you're recording, you can't ever actually get the best gameplay that you can get when you're not being recorded, just because you're unlucky, and that's how it works. And now I'm switching back to a support class because that's my favorite personally. I enjoy the LMGs, they're pretty cool. And I was in a tank right there, but I got out because it wasn't moving, and it's a good point to spawn just because I'm closer. And everything's going pretty well. I'm being gassed right now, but you have a gas mask, as you can see there, and it works pretty well. I'm right now trying to lay down a tripwire bomb, but that's one of the bugs. It doesn't actually get placed every time, unfortunately. And nothing much is happening right now. Although I think a dust storm will move in later in this game, because I recall it, and I'm trying to take a tank, but I blew myself up in the process. Pretty dumb of me. Now, not too much is happening, although their armored train is helping them a lot, because it stops at like 3 points, and it's pretty hard to actually just take out. I'm actually grouped up with a few people here, but I'm not doing pretty well right now, and of course I just died, because there's people all around you, and I'm actually just not really used to playing this kind of game, because like CSGO or Overwatch, your teams are pretty well defined. You know exactly what you expect them to be doing. It's not this sludge fight of death. Same with Doom, where at least you know where your team is and what the enemy's going to be trying to do, but here you have no idea what's going on. Of course, if you were in a squad, it would probably be a little easier, but again, this is the open beta. People aren't playing the game the way they should, but luckily they've been finding tons of bugs. Now, there's a few minutes left in the game, which is pretty nice for us. There's less than 5 minutes at this point. And I'm switched to a scout again, just because that's one of my second favorite classes, because you can snipe immediately without having a load up for more power crap. Plus, I can stay farther away and pick off people I see instead of being surrounded all the time. But, you know, I'm, again, pretty bad. And here, a dust storm moved in, really ruining visibility. And that's one of the nice points about this game. the environment changes all the time. You shouldn't ever really expect anything to happen in terms of that. And of course I got killed from close range. Because again, I'm not used to playing this game. I don't really know what to expect, so I'm just trying it how it is. Now, this game, it's extremely important apparently to aim down the sights, and you have to be really accurate with your firing, not just for the scout class, but for all of the classes, as I eventually started learning, which is one problem with it. And as you can see there, you can follow most of the bullets that are going, and the bullets are actually pretty slow, which is odd. And we're handily winning at this point. We have about 100 more points greater than them. And I don't know why I'm actually trying to take out aircraft. It's just a fun thing when there's no one around. But right now, we're holding the point pretty well, but oh, that's my tripwire bomb that I laid, and of course I died again by a support class this time, and the dust storm pretty much killed my visibility. That's why I'm switching to assault, just because I want to give the game, I just want to show you all the classes. I believe I was the medic class earlier in this game, but I was explaining it. The medic class is pretty accurate, other than the reviving and the healing. It's pretty accurate to what the actual common soldier had. Just a semi-automatic rifle, I think, although it might have been bolt action, I'm not too sure. But either way, it's nowhere close to automatic. That thing really bugs me, although the game would be a lot more boring if everyone had slow firing weapons. So battle's almost done. I'm just attacking a person on horseback, and I got killed by another sniper. Now, because I've been taking as many points and dying more often, I'm going down the scoreboard, but for only killing a few people and dying a ton of times, I'm pretty high up. Because like in Overwatch or other games, no one wants to take the darn objectives, and it's not very fun to have that happen. And the game's almost up. There's less than a minute and a half left, and we're still handily winning. And I'm just trying to play out the game because it's pretty impossible for us to lose at this point. And I probably should mention, this is not the stock weapon you are given as a assault class. You can buy more stuff and customize your character, although you won't see me doing that right now. I got a nice kill there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, if you're still watching at this point, although I wouldn't have been surprised if a lot of people left. And please leave a like if you enjoyed watching, although I'd understand if you didn't. If you didn't like the video, please leave a dislike and tell me why in the comments below. I'm happy to accept feedback. And please subscribe if you want to see more Battlefield content throughout the open beta and when the game's actually released. And thank you all for watching, and have a great day. I'm just going to leave the video running for the last 15 seconds, so enjoy me probably dying. Now there's 5 seconds left, so I'm gonna die pretty soon. Well, I guess I'm not gonna die, but the game's over. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.